Before we get into it, I got to say, welcome back to my channel. I don't know how you got here, but I'm so glad you're here. If you're new here, I hope you stick around and subscribe. Hit that notification bell beside subscribe. Make sure it's set to all so you'll be notified whenever. Season 19 of Sister Wives has almost reinvented the long-running reality TV show for a few reasons. With the post-Kody lives of his three now ex-wives, Meri, Janelle, and Christine, emerging as a significant change. If you're a longtime fan of Sister Wives, you're familiar with the evolution of the Brown family over so many years and seasons. In 2021, Christine exited their plural marriage, with Janelle following, and then Meri. And if you haven't been keeping up with Season 19, we've got you. We've been extensively recapping it, and you can skim along for highlights. In and around Episode 5, Meri struggled to obtain an official church release to dissolve her spiritual marriage to Kody was in sharp focus. But in more recent episodes, Meri's relationship with Kody was strangely warm at times, including what can only be described as weird flirting when she was packing up her house to move. At other times, Meri has appeared impervious to Kody's manipulations, though, leaving fans hopeful she'd manage to break free of the man to whom she spent most of her adult life shackled by marriage. In short, and unlike her former sister wife, Christine, who literally never shuts up about her new husband, David, Meri can be a hard nut to crack, and we viewers don't always know what's going on with her. Which, honestly, is one of our favorite things about Meri, even if it sometimes causes her to be isolated from the rest of the clan. Meri is truly her own person, in spite of an oppressive religious culture. The exception is when she decides to talk, as Meri is nothing if not a straight shooter, and she recently opted to confirm some things about her love life after Kody. Meri has been quietly dating. Even if Meri was more inclined to spill, as mentioned above, it would be hard to hear her over Christine's almost worrisome non-stop nattering about David. Plus, Meri was very visibly burned in a catfishing scandal some years back, the kind of experience that can deeply damage someone's ability to trust. And Meri's trust certainly took a major hit in the final decade of her marriage to Kody. Meri recently spoke exclusively to people about her dating endeavors, disclosing a recent breakup as well as what she's up to now. You might remember Meri Soft launched a situationship in January, and she blithely told the magazine that it didn't work out. She also acknowledged that dating apps are something of a necessary evil in small towns, but also said she made some connections through friends. As anyone who has been thrown into dating after decades of marriage could tell you, there is a learning curve. Meri said as much, adding that she's learning to heed her instincts, saying, "I am learning to trust myself and be like, I'm getting a funny vibe. This person's just not for me. Even if it's just not a funny vibe, nothing's wrong with a person." Robyn Brown, one of the original wives in the Sister Wives family, has been a staple of the show since it first aired in 2010. Over the years, viewers have seen her navigate the highs and lows of polygamous life, including her strained marriage with Kody Brown, her personal struggles with self-identity, and her eventual decision to focus on her own happiness. As the years have gone by, Meri's relationship with Kody has been under intense scrutiny, and in recent seasons, the tension between them has reached its breaking point. Meri's decision to step away from her polygamous marriage with Kody has been a defining moment in her personal life, and now, for the first time, she's opening up about what dating looks like for her after Kody. Meri and Kody's relationship has long been a point of interest for Sister Wives viewers. In the earlier seasons, they appeared to share a deep bond, but as the years passed, cracks began to show. Meri and Kody's relationship was significantly impacted by a series of challenges, including a catfishing scandal in 2015 that revealed the vulnerability and strain in their marriage. The couple never fully recovered from the emotional wounds that scandal left behind, and their relationship slowly grew more distant. Although they continued to cohabitate as part of their polygamous family, Meri and Kody's connection became less romantic, and many fans began to question whether they were truly together or just coexisting. Over time, it became increasingly clear that Meri was unhappy in her marriage. Despite her efforts to remain committed to the family and the spiritual marriage she had with Kody, the lack of emotional intimacy and the feeling of being secondary to Kody's other wives took a toll on her mental and emotional well-being. In 2021, Meri's journey took a new turn when it was revealed that she and Kody had grown even more distant, with Meri admitting that their relationship was no longer what it once was. She began to focus more on herself, her businesses, and her emotional growth, taking steps toward independence and healing. But it wasn't just Meri's personal growth that captured fans' attention. It was the question of what her future would look like without Kody. As a woman who had spent so much of her life in a polygamous marriage, Meri's path forward was uncertain, and many fans wondered how she would approach the idea of dating after her relationship with Kody ended. In a recent interview and through social media posts, Meri has opened up about the prospect of dating after her complicated and emotionally charged relationship with Kody. For someone who had been in a plural marriage for over 25 years, stepping into the dating world felt like uncharted territory. But despite the challenges, Meri has been candid about her journey and the lessons she's learned about herself in the process. Meri's journey toward dating after Kody began with a focus on self-reflection and personal healing. In a heartfelt post on her social media, she shared how she had taken the time to explore her own desires, needs, and boundaries. For Meri, it was important to rediscover who she was outside of her role as Kody's wife and the first wife in a plural marriage. She admitted that for much of her life, she had defined herself through her relationship with Kody and the family dynamics they had created. Now, in her mid-40s, Meri was ready to define herself on her own terms. "I've spent so many years focusing on everyone else, trying to make sure everyone was happy and that the family was working smoothly," Meri explained. "But I've realized that in order to be the best version of myself for others, I first have to be happy with who I am." Dating after Kody is about finding someone who respects me in my journey, and it's also about respecting myself enough to wait for the right connection. Meri's emphasis on self-respect and taking her time was an essential part of her approach to dating. She made it clear that she wasn't rushing into a relationship simply for the sake of companionship. Instead, she was focused on forming a meaningful connection with someone who would appreciate her for who she truly was. This approach was a stark contrast to her past relationship with Kody, where her role as a wife in a polygamous family was often secondary to Kody's primary relationship with his other wives. Dating wasn't just about finding love. It was about finding someone who would allow her to be vulnerable, to share her heart, and to support her personal growth. "I've realized that I want to be with someone who can meet me where I am in life, someone who understands my journey and is willing to share that journey with me," she shared. "That's the kind of relationship I'm looking for now. I don't want to settle for anything less." In her social media posts and interviews, Meri has also shared her experiences with online dating. She revealed that she had tried out some dating apps as a way to dip her toes into the dating world and see what it felt like to connect with new people. She was careful to clarify, however, that her experiences weren't about finding someone to replace Kody or to fill a void in her life. Instead, it was about opening herself up to new possibilities and seeing where they might lead. The world of online dating has been a challenging one for Meri. As someone who has lived much of her life under the public eye, she admitted that the idea of dating in such a public and digital way felt daunting at times. But she also recognized the power of the internet in helping people connect with others who share similar interests and values. Meri's openness about her online dating experience has given fans insight into her mindset as she navigates the complexities of starting over after her marriage to Kody. I'm learning to navigate the online dating world with patience and grace, Meri explained. It's not easy, and I'm not in any rush. I want to make sure that whatever relationship I enter into is one that aligns with who I am today, not the person I used to be. While Meri is taking her time to figure out what she wants in a partner, she has also been clear that she's not closing herself off to the possibility of love. She has maintained that she is open to the right person coming into her life, someone who will complement her own growth and help her continue on her journey of self-discovery. The idea of finding a partner who values her and her independence is a priority for Meri as she steps into this new chapter of her life. Meri's openness about dating after Kody has sparked a mix of reactions from Sister Wives fans. Some are excited for her and feel that she deserves happiness and love after years of struggling with her relationship with Kody. Others have questioned whether Meri will ever truly move on from the trauma and heartbreak of her marriage, given the years of emotional turmoil she experienced. Regardless of the responses, Meri's honesty about her journey and her willingness to share her personal growth with fans is a testament to her strength and resilience. For Meri, dating after Kody is not about escaping her past. It's about building a future that is authentic to who she is now. She has learned that her happiness doesn't depend on being in a relationship, but on being comfortable with herself. And as she continues to navigate this new phase of life, she is taking things one step at a time, trusting that the right person will come along when the time is right. As Meri moves forward, her fans will undoubtedly continue to support her in her quest for love, happiness, and personal fulfillment. Her journey is one of self-discovery, healing, and hope, and it's a reminder that even after years of hardship, there is always room for growth and new beginnings. Hot topic you all want to discuss over here on my channel, please by all means let me know in the comments below, or you can email me. My email is always open to suggestions, hot topic discussions, all the things. My email is linked in the description below every video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and hit that notification bell beside subscribe. Make sure it's set to all so you'll be notified whenever I upload. I love you for watching. I'll see you in my next video or in the comments below. Hashtag, 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 hashtag. All Sister Wives in US update. Meri Brown, Janelle Brown, Robyn Brown, Mykelti Padron, Kody Brown. Related. For you recently uploaded.